Hi, I'm Erica DeMarch, the founder of Step and Connect, a physical therapist and the inventor of Balance Matters. I'm excited to share with you all the different components and how this works. It's an evaluation and a training tool to help balance. The Balance Matters system is a multi-sensory feedback mat that uses visual, auditory, and tactile feedback to both assess and train balance. So both the floor mat and the wall mat have a measurement along the width of the mat, it's 24 inches, and then along the length of the mat, which is 72 inches and 48 inches. Every 6 inches is a strip. So this is the loop or the soft side of the Velcro that you are able to put different foot pads and different targets to be able to step onto, over, or around while you're doing your training. There's also a center mark every 6 inches along the mat. So you can see this little white line that goes along the length of the mat. And this will help you position the foot pads each time in the right position if you want it left or right and give you that center alignment. We offer multiple different types of foot pads, and later I'm going to explain each of the different components so you have a better understanding. Each one comes that has a Velcro that it can attach to the mat. So you have these Velcro strips and you can move them wherever you want to place it. So say I want to have an 18-inch step length, I can have this at the 0 mark, and then I can take another foot pad, look at the mark at 18, and then place that here. You can change it and make it wider or narrower, or even really narrow, depending on what you're training. You can also train if you're stepping to the foot pads. You can also move it this way to step over. You can change the angle of the foot pads depending on what you're training. And then again, you can use the different types of foot pads. They all attach onto the mat. Another component is the wall mat. There's multiple ways to use it. So you can use it as more to show exercises. So this is the window couch, and you can have numbers, and when they read it, step with the right foot or the left foot, or have directions of your exercise, visual scanning exercises. You can have different targets and have them looking at different exercises while you're stepping. You can also use the targets for reaching and change it, say if you want to have them reach to 30, to 36, 42, so you can see that progression of how high you can reach. You can also use the foot pads on the wall mat. So if you want the auditory clickers to be able to get it, you can be able to find that clicker and be pushing on the wall. This also helps if, say, maybe a client's trying to push a door open, so you can get that force production while you're reaching. The benefits of auditory feedback is it helps with the temporal parameters of movement. So it helps with the speed, the timing, the rhythm, and the symmetry of movements. So if you want to move faster, you can listen to the clicks. If you want to have the timing of maybe your weight shift, you're going to hear those clicks differently. Or maybe you want the left and the right to sound similar. So both the timing, speed, rhythm, and symmetry is going to help with the auditory feedback. The visual feedback and the tactile feedback is going to help you with more the spatial parameters of movement. So your size of your movements. So how big are you stepping? Are you stepping a large step or stepping wide? That visual feedback is going to help you, but also that tactile feedback is going to help you that you're going to feel that I didn't step long enough or I didn't step wide enough. So different types of feedback is going to help both with the temporal and the spatial parameters of movement, which the Balance Matters system includes both. And we know for movement, we need both spatial and temporal. Let's go over all the different types of foot pads from textures to densities. So first, I want you to look at the first 3 foot pads. They come in red, blue, and black. It is a diamond texture foot pad, so it's uniform throughout, and your clients, or if you step on it, you'll feel that texture to be stepping to a foot pad. When you take the top off of the base, you can also attach this to the mat. So there is Velcro on the bottom that actually attaches to different positions to the mat. This base, you'll see, has the density is a little less than the 3-clicker foot pad. So this would be a little bit more squishy when you stand on it. And there's a clicker at the heel and then at the first metatarsal. And then you can interchange the red, and the same thing, the blue has the same type of foot pad. This foot pad is the 3-clicker foot pad. So you can see it's denser, so it's going to be a little firmer to stand on. And the sound will be a little different because it is denser. You might not hear it as much, but there's 3 points of contact. So when you take the diamond top off, there is one at the heel, one at the first metatarsal, and then one at the fifth metatarsal. So here is your diamond-shaped pyramid. If you think about your tripod of stability, this really helps with medial lateral stability if you're trying to do pronation, supination, versus the other one only does forward and back if you're doing heel strike to toe or different mechanics. So depending on what you're training, each foot pad is for different uses, or you can use a combination of both of them for stepping. These are different textures that we also use. The next foot pad is the grass foot pad. And you can see that there's a texture, so when you stand onto it, you can feel that versus the ground. And again, it has the Velcro on the back, so you can actually attach it to the 2 or 3 clicker foot pads. So you could take this off and then attach this on, or it can go directly onto the mat. So you can see this is the Velcro, and then it can come right off. The grass foot pad is really good for clients who maybe are into golf or outdoors and they're a little nervous about their balance. You could start training on the grass foot pads and then translate to outside. So the next texture is our sunflower pattern. And this actually has a higher texture, so it's actually raised more than the diamond. So it's gonna feel a little different, but it comes in yellow and green. And you can actually do a lot of discriminatory testing. So when you're actually stepping from one texture to another, can you feel the difference? The color you can use for a lot of cognitive exercises. So if you're stepping to green versus yellow, rather than step with your right leg and your left leg. And again, just like the other textured foot pads, it has the back that can stick to the mat or also go on top of the different bases. So the next foot pads we will review are the 2 different density foam foot pads. So it comes in 2 different colors, so you can differentiate the 2 different densities. And if you could see, this one kind of squeezes a little bit different than this one. So you're gonna feel different when you stand on them, and one is a little harder to stand on than the other. And they both have the Velcro backing, so you can attach it and put it in different positions to be able to challenge the vestibular system. This is a good example if you want to train walking on a firm surface, maybe it's concrete, and then you're walking to grass, and then maybe walking to sand. So you can switch and have being able to train your balance from one surface to another to really integrate all the sensory systems. So for the 3 and the 2 clicker foot pad, when you take the top off, the clickers actually do come out. So you can take out the clicker, and especially for the first metatarsal, if somebody has a longer first toe, you can put it this way where it clicks here, or you can put it that way, so that either direction you really want to make sure it activates so that you're getting the feedback at the first ray. And then if you want to fade feedback, you can take the clicker out, and then we have these little circles that you just put right in, and now there's no feedback. So maybe you just want feedback at the heel or just feedback at the first toe. You can customize and move the clickers out. Or maybe at the end of training, you want to have no clickers because you want to fade that feedback. All our foot pads are easily wipeable, so you can clean it if you're sweaty or in between clients if you're a clinician. So each foot pad, from our textures to our foam covers, all are able to be wiped down or washed. So just like you have all the different textured foot pads, there are hand pads that you can attach to the mat, either the wall mat or the floor mat, to do targets for reaching if you're doing upper extremity work. Also, they're great for different types of cognitive scanning abilities. So can you find the circle versus the square? So it comes in the different textures and also the different colors. So there's different shapes that you can say find the square versus the rectangle versus the circle while you're doing training. Another component is the wall pouch. So this can go on the wall mat, and again, it has the Velcro backing, so it's easy to attach. And you can add, so this is just a paper that you can put in and have different exercise examples, different cognitive exercises, so you can be looking at the mat rather than your feet while you're doing some balance training. The Balance Matters system was designed for multiple training options. You can use the wall mat and the floor mat together with multiple components to train balance. So here's one example that you can do using the different foot pads, the floor mat, and the wall mat. So you could step and then come back, and now you can add the next component. And if you miss, you can adjust and take that step. So if you go here, you know to take a better step. And then if that misses, do it again. So the wall mat and the floor mat can actually both be used on the floor, and you can attach them in different configurations. So here you have your Velcro strap. You can push it here and then here, and now they're not going to slide, they're together. So this is exactly now 3 meters long, so you can use it for different assessment tools. So you can also attach it in this configuration. So you can attach the mat here, and then you're going to be able to do your stepping exercises, left to right stepping and forward and back. Or you can even start from here and take a backward step and then step to the right, or even working on turning. So there's definitely different options for you to work on training with attaching the mat on the floor. One benefit of this Balance Matters system is it's portable. You can use it anywhere. So you can fold up the mat, roll it up, put the mat in the bag that it comes with, and then it also comes with different pouches that you can put your foot pads in. So I would recommend when you have your foot pads, put the Velcro part back to back so it slides in easily. So it also comes with 2 straps, which makes it portable, so you're ready to go. So I hope this gives you a better understanding of all the different components of the Balance Matters system. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us and we're happy to help you out.